This is Mamuni. Thank you so much for being Amar Baba Ma.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. After budget 2025, all eyes on the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, who will present her ninth Union Budget 2026 on 1st February 2026, which falls on Sunday. This will be the second full budget of the Modi 3.0 government, following the first full budget presented in 2025. The Indian stock markets will remain open for trading on Sunday. The stock exchanges announced that the schedule for that day will be as per standard time. As the Union Budget 2026 approaches, middle class taxpayers, salaried employees, professionals, business community, pensioners, and senior citizens alike are anticipating or expecting key reforms, income tax relief, and positive changes, right? In this video, I am going to explore these key announcements or key expectations for the Union Budget 2026 in simple language. So, let's get started. Number 1. Increase in the basic exemption limit. If sources are to be believed, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will increase the basic exemption limit for senior citizens and super senior citizens under the new tax regime. In India, currently there are two tax regimes for individual taxpayers: old tax regime and the new tax regime. Under the old tax regime, currently the basic exemption limit for senior citizens, that is 60 years to 79 years, is rupees 3 lakh, and the basic exemption limit for super senior citizens, that is 80 years and above, is rupees 5 lakh, and the basic exemption limit for the non-senior citizens, that is individuals below 60 years, is rupees 2 lakh 50,000, meaning income up to this amount is not taxed. Based on the Union Budget 2025 announced by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, the basic exemption limit under the new tax regime is rupees 4 lakh, which is applicable to all individuals regardless of age, including senior citizens and super senior citizens. Under the new tax regime, there are no separate or lower tax slabs based on age. So, there is a strong recommendation to increase the basic exemption limit for senior citizens under the new tax regime and to introduce entirely new or separate tax slabs for senior citizens in the upcoming budget 2026 to give relief to senior citizens and super senior citizens and boost consumption and disposable income. Number 2. Increase in standard deduction. Salaried taxpayers and pensioners are also expecting relief through an increase in the standard deduction. Currently, the standard deduction stands at rupees 50,000 under the old tax regime and rupees 75,000 under the new tax regime. Many tax experts and financial analysts believe these limits are outdated considering rising expenses and cost of living pressures. So, there is a strong possibility and significant expectation for an increase in the standard deduction for salaried individuals and pensioners in India's budget 2026. Many experts suggest increasing the standard deduction to rupees 1 lakh from the current rupees 75,000 under the new tax regime will combat inflation and offer direct tax relief, thus adding more savings for salaried taxpayers and pensioners. Number 3. Lowering age for Section 194P relief. Section 194P applies for resident senior citizens aged 75 years and above. This section provides a benefit to pensioners who do not have any other income apart from pension income and interest earned from the same bank in which pension account is maintained. He or she cannot have any other income to take this benefit. So, what is the benefit? Well, the senior citizens ages 75 years and above do not have to file income tax returns or ITR if they provide a declaration containing some details to the bank where they maintain pension account. Tax deducted at source, that is TDS, will automatically be deducted by the bank on their income, thus relieving them from the requirement of tax payment at the time of filing income tax returns subject to certain conditions. In Budget 2026, there is a strong proposal to lower the age threshold or limit to 70 years for senior citizens to extend benefit to a wider group of retirees or pensioners. Tax experts also said that tax exemptions on interest earned from senior citizen savings schemes, that is SCSS, and post office savings accounts may be increased in Budget 2026. Number 4. Gold import duty may be revised again. There is a strong possibility of further revision to India's coal import duty with recent trends and expectations for the Union Budget 2026 pointing towards potential further reductions rather than hikes. As of early 2026, the effective coal import duty in India is 6%, comprised of a 5% basic customs duty, that is BCD, and a 1% agriculture, infrastructure and development cess, that is AIDC. Following the significant reduction from 15% to 6% enacted in the July 2024 Union Budget, this rate aimed at curbing smuggling and encouraging formal trade was maintained throughout 2025 and into the 2026 fiscal environment. Therefore, the industry has expressed desires for further cuts to 3% or 4% to boost trade further. Number 5. No tax up to rupees 18 lakh. Budget 2025 made income up to rupees 12 lakh tax free under the new tax regime, thanks to a rebate under Section 87A of up to rupees 60,000, and tax experts now believe budget 2026 could go a step further, potentially increasing the tax-free income limit to rupees 18 lakh. Therefore, government may consider tax cuts for incomes up to rupees 18 lakh annually. Number 6. Increasing the long-term capital gains exemption limit to rupees 2 lakh. There is a strong possibility of an increase from rupees 1.25 lakh to rupees 2 lakh exemption limit for long-term capital gains, that is LTCG, or listed securities and equity mutual funds with STT, that is Securities Transaction Tax, in budget 2026, and the long-term capital gains above rupees 1.25 lakh are taxed at 12.5% for sales on or after 23rd July 2024, and short-term capital gains, that is STCG, from listed equities are taxed at 20%. Increasing the long-term capital gains exemption limit to rupees 2 lakh will benefit retail investors, making it a key focus for easing tax burdens on small and middle income investors, despite a recent shift to a 12.5% tax rate on LTCG. At present, there is a mismatch: 12 months or 1 year for listed equities, but 24 months or 2 years for real estate. The demand is for a unified 12-month holding period for all financial assets, because this would simplify portfolio rebalancing for investors who hold a mix of assets, making the asset allocation process much smoother and simpler tax planning. The removal of indexation in previous years was a bitter pill for real estate investors, but in 2025, the government allowed a choice for properties purchased before July 2024. In the upcoming budget 2026, taxpayers are expecting for the reintroduction of indexation benefit for specific non-financial assets like gold, real estate, and debt funds, or a further reduction in the flat rate to 10% for these categories to account for their lower liquidity and higher inflation sensitivity. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your precious time. I sincerely hope this was helpful.